so ashamed of her breasts that she lets a Machiavellian psychopath cut them off.
How dare you?
Because I was not a member of the IRA.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
Big Mike il capo.
Gran Mikey el jefe. ビッグマイクとチーフ。ミクマイและหัวหน้า
Big Mike and the Chief.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome
to
Big Mike
the Chief
and the Chief and Hamish.
Hamish Shepherd, fantastic Australian comedian and director.
Yes.
Director of Bad Housemates.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Also director of Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
These are your naming sketches that you've made, Chief.
Noah's Ark bombed, but I think it's gonna get its flowers in 10 years' time. It's gonna be a cult
Your
classic.
Noah's Ark sketch.
Yeah. Did you like that?
I think I liked it officially.
But you didn't like it. No, I don't think you did.
Officially, I liked it. No, that it was funny, but you know it was a lot for the pigs of Instagram to take in.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
It was too creative.
It was very highbrow.
Yeah, it's very David. It's like David Lynch.
It is.
It was Lynchian.
I think it will stand the test of time, though.
Huh?
I think it will stand the test.
Well, I think
of time.
there'll be egg on chin for people for not having jumped on board on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That people will be embarrassed in the future.
I'm going to do a director's cut.
Yeah.
And re-release it. I think.
Right, with commentary.
Right.
Yeah. About 40 seconds long.
And say how it affected both your lives and stuff like that.
It's the room, you know?
Yeah.
But, so on our way here, we were going through
menopause.
Going through menopause. We were going through, it's all very dry.
Yeah.
But we were going through the ticket barrier at Highbury in Islington.
Yeah. It's one of the nicer ticket barriers.
It is one of the nicer ones. I like to frequent it. But I always sneak in behind Hamish.
Yeah.
Hamish is an upstanding citizen, so he pays.
He gets mad if I stray from the big gate.
Right.
Yeah.
The angriest he's ever been at me was when one time I freaked out that there was a guard there and I went to the small gate.
Yes.
And he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like he lost.
You
his
left me
shit.
stranded.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm like, I couldn't just stand there. And he's like, "Of course you can fucking stand there." Like he lost his shit. It was,
Don't back down.
It was scary. So I couldn't back down today.
So what happened was, I always just sneak in behind Hamish.
You sneak in behind
Hamish.
You're a Trojan horse.
Yes, I'm a Trojan horse.
Yeah.
I climb inside Hamish's ass.
Climb inside Hamish's ass and get through the barrier.
And then we get through the
Because you
barrier.
never pay for the train.
No.
Ever. And you
I've started now since I got that sweet
your top secret money.
Mm.
Your top secret money.
Yeah.
Your money that you tell no one about.
Yes.
It's top secret.
Yeah, it's top secret.
Right.
And
because people are worried about you. I was in Berlin. This is like last weekend, and like there's a lady who's at one of the shows, and she's like, I listened to Big Mike and the Chief, and they're all worried about Chief. She said it's like, as if, like everyone in Germany,
the country of Germany is worried
they're
about
all
me.
worried about Chief, and we were wondering that if we could give you some money, that if we give money, that we can make sure it all goes to the Chief, make sure that I get nothing. Like just like we must make sure it all goes, because we're worried about him, you know.
Yeah. Well, they heard the shit.
So tell them that you're rich.
I am. I'm rich in both in a monetary sense and also spiritually.
Yes.
But because they heard the shit on the floor story, which you're going to get Hamish's take on that, because
that would be great to get your angle on that.
Yeah. And
I've got an angle now.
So I snuck in behind. I was sneaking in behind him, and the woman who works at Highbury in Islington was wise to our trickery, because I always say big gates for big boys. That's like my code word for. We go to the big gates so I can sneak in behind you. So I go big gates for big boys. And
you
we're
say
walking
to Hamish.
I say to Hamish.
And that's when you know.
That's the signal.
Okay.
Go to the big gate.
Okay.
So we go over, and there's already a queue of like 2 people. Someone's got like a pram with kids in it. Some other guy's got like a spastic in a wheelchair, and we're queuing up behind. And the woman is like, "Oh no, you go to the little gates," and then I'm like, "It's fine, we're gonna go through the." But she knows, because there's like 20 free gates.
No one was
using them. She's like, "Go use the." I was like, "It's fine, we're gonna use the big one."
We have our way of doing.
Yeah, and she knows.
Yeah.
What we're doing. So she goes, "You're not gonna," and then Hamish taps on. He goes through, and she goes, "You're not gonna pay?" And I said, "No," and then she goes, "Get out!" This is like, yeah, that's what
She
I'm
got the
doing.
last word.
Yeah.
She did.
She did get the last word. I have egg on chin now.
Did she think you were going to hang around?
Yeah,
the pay
this is the
turn
thing.
styles.
It was just the stupidest thing she could have said.
You
She's like,
get out of here.
get out! Don't come back.
As if you were going to be like,
Yeah,
please let
shame.
me stay.
Oh no.
But I was so happy here.
Yeah, yeah.
At the turnstiles.
So now I am not welcome at
Highbury
Highbury
and
and
Islington
Islington Station.
Ah, lad, and that's your stomping ground, really.
It is my stomping ground. It's one of my favourite stations.
Oh fuck! So she hushed you out now, and did you feel a little bit like you were getting some heat as being an accomplice?
No, it felt
I
good.
apologise.
It felt good because
Yeah?
I didn't stray. I knew he wasn't going to get mad at me
Yeah.
because I was scared of that. And yeah, no, I felt powerful because we were already out, and then she told us to get out, and it was
Right.
like too late. We were already out.
Too late, bitch.
So yeah, I felt good about it. I felt
Do you get some kind of a sense of I don't know, fatherhood or a protectorship over Chief? You live with Chief. He shits in his own room. You kind of pay his way when it comes to transport, and you are his shepherd.
Yeah.
I guess,
in a way,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
actually his Hamish shepherd, but
Yes.
you are his.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You saw what I did there.
Yeah.
My shepherd is the Lord.
Yeah.
And do you kind of like think like, oh, I'm taking care of this young ne'er do well?
No, it's more like it's.
Or he just forces you to.
No,
do it?
I'm just more like, oh, he owes me. Like the more I do this, the more like I'm gonna
Right,
cash
yeah,
in on
yeah.
this one
yeah,
day.
okay,
One
yeah.
day,
Okay, I
That's
get
right.
that now.
I'm gonna get the mother load when all that top secret money.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a fluffer, and you're gonna need someone to get you hard. But I think also what maybe plays into is that you know what I'm capable of when it comes to where I shit.
Yes.
Because this has caused quite a bit of controversy, and we want
What's
to get
caused controversy?
me shitting on my floor.
In where? In the astral realm or in the
Just everywhere. Episodes of Columbo.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I think it bothered me the least.
This is the thing.
Okay.
And this is why we want to get your take on the matter.
Yeah.
Because we hear all the stories about Chief's kind of lack of house training and his that you kind of have to put in a little dog flap for him and different things. But you live with him.
I do. Yeah.
Let's hear about the. You know.
I liked it when he sent me I think was I the first one you
I
sent.
think you were the
photos?
first one, yeah.
And it was funny
It's
because
the first draft.
I showed George Wheeler. And
Okay.
Thinking
The butcher
like,
of Sidcup.
thinking,
The butcher of Sidcup, yeah.
Thinking he would be like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And he was just like horrified. Like, and I was like, oh, if he's horrified, why am
Yeah.
I? Like, I didn't get, because, I mean, I've lived in squalor before, you know, so I'm used to, because I like it because
Squalor at your boy.
I know he's never going to ask me to do the dishes. After you shit on your own floor, you can't ask someone to like move the laundry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
So in that sense, it's like I'm not going to have any problems with him as long as he keeps it behind that door. I don't.
Yeah.
The thing
a bit like my sex life. As long as the gay shit is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
door, you don't care, yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
And do you think that you shitting in your bedroom was that a metaphor for like being gay?
Well, this is what we were discussing in Berlin.
Yeah.
In B Town, that what would have been more appropriate is for me to instead of shitting on the Amazon package, shit on perhaps like a big blown up photo of, you know, someone who I'd like to, like Louis the Kid in Berlin, or some twink that I'd like to.
You
know what I mean?
Have your way with.
I'd like to have my way with, you know.
That you'd like to put in a wheelchair.
Exactly.
Are you into shit sexually?
No. But I could get into it if that's what you're asking. But I mean,
Never say never.
I found,
as Justin Bieber said.
I've found a wise man, but I have found myself staring at the photo for a bit too long sometimes. And
You get off on your own.
The photo of your own shit.
Maybe it's more the power.
But your Michelangelo stared at the Sistine Chapel. I mean,
yeah.
I think there's. It's not unnatural to do.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
But, so Hamish was not bothered,
No.
and we need to get into.
But no, the thing that concerns me is that his windows don't open.
Hang on now.
There's no.
That-
So that it's the ghost of that shit is still in his room.
But you've
Right,
been in
you
my
know what I
room
mean?
post shit.
Huh?
You've been in my room post shit. and
I've
can
got
you
a bad nose.
I mean-
Okay,
who
all right,
knows?
okay, who knows?
So
Who knows?
Okay, so you've a bad nose. So in a lot of ways, you didn't have a dog in this fight. This
No,
was kind of
it
like
was-
this is all a bit of theatre to you, but that's theatre of the absurd.
Yeah.
But
Very
so,
Marina Abramovich sort of esque, you know.
yeah, Andy
Yeah.
Warhol stuff. But
Yeah.
Andy arsehole. But I didn't notice. Now this is a little wrinkle now that Chief failed to mention in the kind of depravity of it all, that his windows don't open. I mean, that is an essential detail that makes you shit in your own room about 50 times worse. The fact that you knew your windows didn't open.
Well, like,
What in God's name?
I got a nice candle.
Huh?
I got a nice candle.
Yeah, he's always burning incense. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just not talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always got incense burning and stuff to
Yeah.
counterbalance.
He
that.
was incensed when he heard the
Yeah.
story. But I lit a nice candle, and I
Say
didn't
a
have
little prayer
for
for
me.
you.
Yeah, and
Forever
and ever.
He made the shit into a candle.
Yes. Happy birthday, Mr. President. But
Okay.
but see, yeah, this is the thing. Hamish, you've lived in.
So did you come in? Did you see the shit firsthand?
No, I wish he saved it.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen it.
You'd like it to have met. You would have
Yeah,
liked to
I
have met
mean,
the shit.
shit.
Yeah.
It's like you hear so much about someone.
Yeah. yeah, yeah, and like that could have been your kind of like, oh, I met, you know, people say they met like the president,
Joseph Kony
Joseph Kony or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, I met
Absolutely.
that. I met that.
Idi Amin.
shit. Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Brother.
don't know where you're going with that. It's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
two black
I was
men.
Like, I was wondering-
African warlord.
Yeah, another piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Yes, it was
Nice.
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 There's never been two bigger pieces of shit
Yeah.
in the world than Idi Amin and Joseph Kony.
Yeah. Currently playing Connect 4 somewhere in Rwanda.
Yeah, with
Apparently.
Connect 4 with the eyes of children, but the
Good
good God, listen,
Sweet
I don't.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
So tell me this now, Hamish, and listen, you're the kind of fella now that doesn't seem to be bothered by much.
No,
You're just
no,
kinda-
I don't like noise. And
Okay.
I don't like if it was noisy about it. That would
Like
have
if it
been,
was-
if it was a noisy shit,
I
Right.
would have gone to the landlord and be like, we're gonna get this guy out.
Right.
But,
Okay.
Like yeah, if it was but yeah, noise is pretty much all I care about. If you are quiet, I can live with you.
Is that because you're sleeping most of the time?
No, I actually don't. But at
Seems like you
night-
might hibernate
Yeah. Oh, okay.
for
All
the
right.
winter.
I see where we're going with this, and I do. Yeah. No, I wish that'd be great.
because see, Australia, their winters are summer or whatever. So
That's right.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
we,
know
still,
where.
we still have a winter.
Easy now. Oh yeah.
Don't get political.
Don't
now.
confuse
Please
me.
Don't
all
get
right?
political.
Don't get political.
Don't
all
get
right?
political on us
This
here now.
is- We
This
don't
is,
want to.
this is a comedy podcast.
Yeah,
okay?
don't cross the line. So, but what was I gonna say? So you were not you weren't too bothered by the shit because he's Hamish. You've lived in like warehouses and the attics of fucking, you know what I mean, Australian politicians or whatever. But you have lived in warehouses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I lived in a warehouse, and we. There was a long time where we had just a pile of trash out because the back door was just a garage door,
Right.
and
And when you say we, you and the other
there
borrowers.
was about 12 of us.
Steve Irwin's
Okay.
kids
Yeah.
took when Steve Irwin died, he had adopted their
And we
children.
would have we would hire the space out for parties on the weekend for money, and so the garbage, we had a tip, like a garbage tip, but it would get filled up so quickly from the parties, and we didn't want to pay more for another bin, so we would just
Naturally.
let
Right.
the garbage pile up the back, and at certain nights we would get like a van from our neighbor and just fill it with trash and play the Ghostbusters thing and go around to different people's bins and
who
deposit
played
it in the bins.
Slimer?
It was me. It was me. I was slimier in those days.
Yeah. But
Oh fuck!
and then like the trash consists of maybe dead kangaroos that you'd fucked, and yeah,
So
they
this was
OD'd
in
on
Australia.
poppers.
Yes. Yeah.
This was in Oz. So you were living in a warehouse.
The
now.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz. Now I don't want to go like full,
Coney.
full Joseph Kony here, or full kind of serious interviewer. But what kind of process now led you to living in a warehouse? What made you think, by God, that's for me?
So I went to film school with these guys who wanted to start a film production company,
Yes.
and they decided that they needed a warehouse space for that. But then
That's what
the
the
company
Weinsteins
never.
Okay.
The company never really started. They just got a bunch of like,
People in a
beatniks.
warehouse.
Yeah, living in there,
Right.
being hippies and just taking drugs all the time, basically.
Didn't you shoot a porno in the warehouse?
Yeah, it was an erotic film. It was.
let's
it
get
wasn't.
into that
It
now.
wasn't
That's-
mine.
Is this true?
Yeah,
Because
well, I was just the videographer. I didn't.
right.
direct.
So you're kind of like you're the Joseph Goebbels of the
Yeah.
situation.
Exactly.
Is that fair to say?
That's what I was credited as.
The assistant
Joseph
Goebbels.
Goebbels. So it was an erotic movie.
Yeah.
So what delineates that from? That's a nice word.
It's artful.
It's artful. Okay.
Okay. So there was like someone's getting fucked while they were painting something.
No, it was just
No?
they were fucked artfully.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, where
well,
does that-
it was supposedly. It wasn't that artful. It was just.
Was it abstract?
It was just a man putting things inside a lady's asshole.
That doesn't.
But
sound...
was it things of cult, like kind of like Crime and Punishment, or like different like
The Brothers
great
Karamazov.
works of literature?
Yeah, Oscar Wilde.
Ulysses.
No, it was just. It was just.
Didgeridoos.
Giant. Fucking what's it called? Anal beads.
Ah.
I don't know why.
There was Kafka who came up with
He
Yeah,
did.
the
Yeah.
anal bead.
It's very Kafkaesque.
It was very
yeah.
Kafkaesque.
So right, so they're putting anal beads up, or you're there, you're behind you're camera one.
I'm sweating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sweating a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is in the warehouse, so this is where you sleep.
Yeah, and it's summer. And It's
Okay.
a tin roof, you know.
And is it a beautiful lady?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
And how many
yeah.
players are we talking here? Are we talking?
Well, there was one where it was just a guy and a girl, and then there was one where it was 3 girls together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What's
yeah,
the
that was part
Leonardo
2.
DiCaprio thing? You had my interest, but now you had my curiosity, but now
We get the point.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. No, that's it.
Just the rest of the podcast is us waiting for you.
Yeah, I couldn't
finish that.
remember the quote. You know the quote I'm talking about.
Oh,
from what- from which-
Django
From
Unchained?
Django.
Ah.
Yes, that one.
Right.
Yes.
From Big Django.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know I think I do know the one. But so right, you're in the place. There's 3 beautiful women. They're rubbing up against each other, and now there's a Hamish Shepherd behind the camera,
A
find
sweaty
himself,
Hamish.
in a state of arousal, in a state or in a state of disgust and shame.
He's a
Well,
consummate
no, there was no
professional.
shame. It was just because I was just so focused on getting the shot,
Right.
and you got to
I
get
know.
A true artist.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
money shot.
and
you know.
and I was like, sort of like trying to get in the right positions and stuff, and it was hot and I was sweaty.
So
and
are
I,
they.
and I was just
Yeah.
exactly, and I remember just being like, oh, like being in an uncomfortable position, going, oh fuck, and I think they all turned their heads and looked at me. I think they thought I was turned on, but I was just trying to get the best shot. I was trying to
Right.
make them look as good as possible.
Right.
And is this where the mustache started?
Yes,
Okay.
it just spontaneously
It
erupted
grew,
from
yeah.
my face.
Is
yeah.
that a thing that anyone who does work in the porn industry, it just like a mustache manifests? Is that a thing, or am I? Because
Possibly.
most people I feel like that do work in that industry, at one point
You
or
have to have
another.
a mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gotta,
Well, all the greats do.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. It's yeah, it just happened. It just spontaneously.
Right. Yeah. See, I have a similar story where I was on the other side of the camera, and it was just in a warehouse in Dublin. It was just like my dad and all his friends. But
Nice.
yeah, not as glamorous as yours. That's a joke, by the way. Anyway, but so 3 women. And did it have a premiere? Was it played at the Sydney Opera House?
Yeah,
Was it-
premieres in my bedroom. No.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, it never. No one ever saw it. It just sort of sat on my hard drive.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Sat kind
Sat.
of with a come hither look on your hard
Yeah,
drive.
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you still
yeah.
have it?
Yeah.
You still have
You
it?
don't delete something like that. What do you
No,
mean?
that's your magnum opus.
No.
Maybe could we get that for the Patreon? Is there any chance?
No,
Yeah.
I can't do that to them. No.
Can we blur their faces out?
No, I couldn't do that to them.
You couldn't
Ah,
do that.
couldn't.
I guess I suppose that's illegal.
Yeah.
So did they say after the shoot was made, they were saying, "Hey, do you know what? Actually,
They never said anything. One of them actually asked me.
they were
for the-
mute."
no,
Or
one-
no? Could they speak English?
I don't know. We didn't
Chinese.
ask. Yeah. I didn't bother finding out.
Right.
They could follow directions though, but
Right.
I
Do you have to learn Mandarin to give them directions?
yes.
You have
yeah.
a translator
Yeah, well,
on
that's,
set. Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. No, one of them did ask me for the footage since, so they were glad that I kept it, so it worked out well.
Right.
I don't know what she's doing with it. She might have released it.
And can you tell me this? Were they all in love?
No, there was.
Oh,
It was
Then I'm
all-
not
Oh,
interested.
then I don't.
I
Want
think they
I'm
were
not
all in
interested.
love with the same guy who was directing it. Yeah.
No, was
yeah.
he shagging all of them?
He was shagging at least 2 of them.
Wow,
Yeah.
that seems fun. And was there any point when you were there that was just like, "Hey, listen, fuck it, let's have it be like Paris in the 20s and everyone gets involved"?
Do you mean during the filming or just in general?
No,
in the
afterwards,
warehouse?
like
Oh,
when
the
everyone's hanging
warehouse.
around.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone was fucking everyone in the warehouse.
Were you fucking people in the warehouse?
Oh yeah,
That's
Nice.
so nice.
Yeah.
That is sick.
That's
Yeah.
so sick.
yeah.
That's like that's the dream, I guess. And
There was no gay sex.
No gay sex?
No, it was banned.
Was that
Jesus
banned from the
Christ.
warehouse?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there was a kind of a decency there. Then.
yes. Yeah.
Right.
We.
There was
we
a
didn't wanna
moral
get-
compass to the warehouse.
God, now I've lost interest in the warehouse. So you've directed pornos.
Mhm.
But so and then what came across you then to say, hey now, enough of the warehouse. I'm gonna go live with the Chief Moriarty in London.
Well, I wasn't doing comedy when I was living there. I didn't start till after I'd left.
Right. Was there any laughs to be had in the warehouse?
Yeah, but I mean, I was high for most of it, so I couldn't.
On what? What kind of drug?
Well, always weed from morning till I
Right.
went to bed, and then I would have to wake up and smoke more. Like I was just constantly smoking weed, and then on the weekends at the parties, it was MDMA and mushrooms. We did a lot of mushrooms.
Did you ever like lick a toad or something? They're always flying around in Aussie. No,
yeah, but that wasn't to
Ausland.
get high. That was
That was
sexual.
just-
That was my first girlfriend, Martha.
She's actually part of the shoot, the porno
Yeah.
shoot. Yeah, this needs a frog.
So okay, so you're doing drugs. You're a ne'er do well.
I was, yeah.
You're a skid on the underpants of society, as White Goodman would say.
Well, look, yeah, I guess
The great White Goodman.
I wouldn't have. I would hope to not think of myself that way, but I guess now that you have put it that way, I can't unsee that.
And during these debaucherous days in the
Halcyon
warehouse,
days.
halcyon days, yes, the last days of Rome. Did you ever have sex with the Black Widow?
Wait, the spider?
Well, yeah, I wasn't
Or,
implying like George
A
Floyd.
lady of color who's lost her
ex-wife,
husband.
but yes, a spider, yes, a Black Widow spider. No?
I mean, I think they fuck you in your sleep, so you don't. Like,
right, and you're like, I don't need.
They say
To,
there's
I don't
a-
have the money to financially support her children, so
No.
Well,
her
hold
little
on
spider
now,
babies.
because obviously you were making a crass joke there about this Black Widow thing.
Yeah.
But is it actually a thing that these spiders are promiscuous?
Are you talking about the saying,
With
I'm not
humans.
here to fuck spiders? Is that where you've got this from?
Let's say
So
yes.
it's like an Australian.
Let's say yes.
Yeah, where did that come from?
I think that's what you say when you're very serious about something. You say, I'm not here to fuck spiders.
What if you're very serious about fucking spiders?
Well, then you say, I'm here to fuck spiders.
No, you walk in and there's a bunch of spiders around, they're ready for a sex party or whatever, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna watch like a movie beforehand or whatever," and then you say, "I'm not here to fuck spiders," but you are.
Well, yeah, I mean, spiders are fun. You know, they have 4 vaginas
Do they actually?
between each of their legs. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
An
right,
embarrassment of riches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Um,
Oh, so they have they have vaginas in between each
Yeah,
of their legs.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you said to them spread your legs and they're like,
Yeah.
fucking which one? You know
Exactly,
what I mean? Yeah,
yeah.
Fuck me. Have you ever had an encounter now with a wild, I don't mean a sexual encounter. Well, you know, maybe if you do have a story, but an encounter with sort of a, because creepy crawly or like a wild animal or whatever in the land of Oz.
not really. I'm just trying to think. No, I mean, because I was actually born in New Zealand.
Oh,
when,
yes,
When we
yeah,
first got to Australia, the first time we saw a huntsman spider, which is one of those giant ones,
He was your landlord.
he was our landlord. Yeah, no, and there was one in the car, and our family was in the car, and we couldn't leave the car because it was in the door.
Yeah.
And a man came by and was like, "You're not from around here, are you?" And yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, because like you just get used to them immediately. Like they're not
Right.
like, everyone talks about the dangerous animals there, but no one ever dies. It's just a prank that we kind of play on the
Right.
world.
To keep people out of Australia. I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, when I think of Australia, I think that, you know, like when you land at, you know, the whatever airport in Australia.
Australia Airport.
Australia airport, yeah. Like when you get off the plane, that like immigration is just like, like giant spiders or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like that. It's.
You think you were talking about immigration control?
Yeah, there's just
Is
giant
spiders wearing
Oh, you mean-
uniforms
in uniforms. Yeah. You know, that's just,
searching people and stuff.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Chief, that's not what you thought.
Okay.
Chief,
Well, no, listen.
you
I
think
was.
they've employed giant spiders at Australian airports?
Yeah, listen. I've watched many an episode.
I know
Nothing
they're
to Declare.
racist and I don't want immigrants to get in.
What, the spiders are racist?
The spiders are just spiders. All they're thinking is creepy crawly. What else could they be thinking?
Web design.
They're not reading Crime and Punishment, or they're not
No.
making films with three women.
They're busy carrying out crime and punishment. But see, this is the thing. I've just always associated Australia with dangerous wildlife. When what I should have been associating it with was sordid sex parties in warehouses where everyone was smoking
And
meth
racism,
and
yeah.
racism.
Why haven't you? Did you not watch Home and Away? It was Al Stewart ran the diner, not a big fucking tarantula.
Ah, yeah, that's true. He did have tarantula-esque
Australia's ruled
properties.
by humans, like most other countries.
What do you mean most other countries?
Well, there's some countries where the guinea pig has his way.
Papua New Guinea.
Yes.
Okay, right, there we go. But in Australia...
Is that his name? Papa
New Guinea, yeah.
Yeah.
Papa.
Yeah.
There's Mama New Guinea as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. She's a... Not to be... she's a force to be reckoned
She's
with.
a cruel wench.
Yeah, Mama New Guinea. But so this racism thing in Australia, where do you are you racist? No, I'm not asking you.
Well,
Are
no,
you
you were
racist?
born in
I
New
mean-
Zealand.
Oh, you
so,
were born in New Zealand.
So there's
so-
probably a tenderness
Yeah.
to you, kindness and a gentleness.
Yeah, well, they're pretty racist there too, I think.
Are they?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anywhere where there were natives that were just come and decimated by white people, it's
Right.
It's kind of unavoidable. Not to get serious.
No, please.
no, but
please.
there's
Please.
This is actually a safe space for some actually quite
Political discourse.
quite turgent.
Detergent.
Speak.
well,
Hate
yeah.
speech. This is, yeah.
It's there's a you're not going to believe this, and it wasn't my idea,
Right.
but there's a town in Australia in Sydney called Blacktown,
Okay.
and that's where most of the black people live. And it
when-
wasn't my idea.
When you
and
say
that's not your idea.
It wasn't my
I find
idea.
that hard to believe, Hamish.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Knowing you,
you look pretty guilty, to be honest.
It
you
wasn't.
seem like the mayor of Blacktown. That's what I think.
No, they
No.
wouldn't let me.
But when you say Blacktown now, you mean it? But that's like Aborigines, like is it?
Originally, yeah, it was because
Right.
that's where they. But no, it's African as well now. Like it's not mostly,
Oh.
but it's very multicultural.
And
but
where is Blacktown in Australia?
in Sydney, it's Western Sydney. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a segregated place.
It's definitely more segregated than a lot of other countries.
And do they
Yeah.
have like their own currency, or is it?
I don't go there.
You
I
don't
know.
go there,
I-
right? Okay.
no, I do go there.
Black
But,
do?
well, yeah. Sometimes you got to change trains.
right.
Right.
Jesus,
Right.
mother of God.
The train goes through Blacktown.
You're the tyrannical mayor of Blacktown. I can
I-
see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
I may have, I had one term.
At one time, it's oh god, okay.
It doesn't count.
And let me tell you, it was fatal for the residents of Blacktown.
And how many inhabitants are in Blacktown?
Well, I don't know all the facts.
All the black people. What?
I don't know all the facts.
All the-
but it's,
okay. Right. Okay.
it's disproportionate.
So, because I've been in Perth, and Perth now is, I would say, in a lot of ways, a regressive area of land where their ideas hadn't moved forward in quite a while. There was ads on the radio. It's absolutely true. Like you'd be driving around in the taxi, I'd be driving, I'd be like, "Don't hit your wife. Stop hitting your wives."
Right.
Like, on the radio, and then like the taxi, I'd be like, "Turn off that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Turn off that bullshit propaganda. Turn it off." This is
Oh my
no
God.
joke.
Fake
No, I
news.
believe that. Yeah.
There was ads with guys being like, "Please, you got to stop
Don't
hitting
hit
your
your
wives."
wives. Hit your kangaroos instead.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
And we got you little fucking sparring partners. We got you the kangaroos. For them. But so anyway, they did that, and then there was like, they just like the people were so openly against the Aborigines, like it was but in a way that was just so like, just like talking like it was water, like you know what I mean. Like there's a guy, we were walking, a fella one day, this older Australian guy, and there's a fella cleaning the street, and there's this homeless Aborigine guy there, and he just
the dead bodies of the Aboriginals.
no, just normal,
Just normal trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's just cleaning the street, and there's an
Yeah.
Aboriginal guy there, like homeless guy, and then he shouts at the guy who's cleaning the street. He goes, "You missed a bit."
Oh,
wow.
That's outrageous.
That is
And then the guy who was
outrageous.
cleaning was like, "Oh, sorry."
Hilarious, but outrageous.
It wasn't funny though. No one
It
was
wasn't
laughing.
funny.
At the time. No,
Okay,
it's too.
right.
You're not going to hear that and be like,
It's a good zinger though.
to the Aboriginal
To
guy.
the Aboriginal, no, I mean to the layman. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, but I've heard that
It was a nasty thing to say, Chief.
It
This
was
is
a
the
nasty
point.
thing to say.
It was
wasn't-
rotten.
It
I don't
was.
agree with it.
But I've heard from other Aussies that I know. Sorry, you're not Aussie, but you grew up there. But that they're a bit of they're a pain in the ass. The Aboriginals.
Do you want me to just start complaining about
Am I
Aboriginals?
wrong? Am I wrong?
No, I mean,
This line of questioning is quite frankly,
It's not racist.
It's antagonistic.
It's not racist.
It's deranged.
What? It's not racist to say that they're a pain in the ass.
Well, to say one whole group,
the same way gypsies in Ireland are a pain in the ass.
But of course, to just say they in a broad term is of course racist, because you're taking away their individuality and their humanity, Chief. You absolute scumbag.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
yeah.
you didn't even hear this. Who did you talk to that said this? Now?
I know.
Huh?
I know, and he's a first cousin of a.
but he's from South Australia. That's on its way to Perth. You know, is that
where Arnold's from?
Yeah.
I thought he was
All
from Mars. What a strange bloke he is.
He is a strange fella.
Yeah. Strange as a fish.
His mind is just like beep boop boop boop.
Yeah, that's
it.
100%. But I mean, yeah, maybe we'll move away from this. But he was saying that they were, they're going around, they're fucking chucking spears at people and fucking, I don't know, like that they're stealing or whatever.
I mean, where I'm like, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's quite
they smoke meth,
segregated. Like,
I mean, I think I would fit in perfectly with the Aboriginal
children are
community.
sniffing petrol and they're in a terrible socio-economic situation,
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
yeah, so am I. You don't see me fucking going around smoking meth and
you shit on your
Fucking-
own floor.
Yeah, that's true,
You
yeah.
do worse than meth addicts do. You steal
I'd be
everything.
too much for the Aboriginals.
You're a criminal.
Yeah.
You're a criminal
Yeah.
that shits on your own floor.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
steal every day.
Listen, when you put it
You're-
like that.
You're a skid mark on the underpants of society.
Okay, yeah, listen, when you put it
You're
like
no
that.
better than...
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No better than what?
Huh?
No better than...
Well, whatever you thought.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever you
Well, I
thought.
thought you were implying I'm no better than the Aboriginals.
Absolutely not.
No, okay.
I think they're fine people.
They are fine people.
as do I.
Yes.
So, anyway, to get away from the racial troubles of
Yeah.
Australia,
I was going to say, talk about the death of Steve Irwin and how that affected you.
oh wow,
Um,
that can't have been easy.
I mean, I wasn't always that big of a I thought he was a fucking weirdo.
Steve
So
Irwin.
you're pro Stingray.
Yeah. I mean, I'm.
You took the Stingray side.
Well, I mean, he was always fucking around. You
But
know?
I guess in
He went into Blacktown. He's like the...
he was always in the danger zone.
Did that
and he
happen
liked it
in?
there.
Did that happen in Blacktown?
No,
Oh,
there's no.
Steve Irwin went into Blacktown and he fucking was, you know what I mean? He was hanging with the
Are
wrong
you saying
people.
that Blacktown's a wildlife reserve?
No,
What?
I did not say
Then
that.
why would Steve Irwin be there? Why are you? Why would? That is.
I have to get out of here.
I
That's
mean-
not what I was implying
I
at
don't
all.
know what you were implying then. Why would he get stung by a stingray in Blacktown? Chief.
I didn't mean it like that.
Well, what did you mean?
I don't know what I meant.
I think you've gotten a lot of little nastiness in your head today, and it's coming out in all sorts of
Swear to
ways.
God, I didn't know that. That's what... Oh fuck!
Oh, I'm down here, Blacktown.
Blacktown. What? But I thought that maybe that's where the stingrays fucking hung out. I
There's
don't know.
no-
The
there's-
stingrays and the blacks. They've been.
Stingrays are in the sea.
Yeah, there's no ocean.
See, I thought that the
They're
stingrays.
not urban dwellers.
Stingrays and black people.
Blacktown, it's a town. It's urban.
But there can be an ocean in a town.
No,
yeah,
there's never been an ocean in a town.
There has Ocean's 11, but
What? That's a film.
but it's known that black people and stingrays have had a close relationship
Known by who?
all the way through. You need to read more, all right? You guys need to read more books. But I was just thinking maybe that there was a stray stingray in Blacktown.
Oh yeah, there was.
Oh, there wasn't. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So anyway,
Listen now.
we'll get back to.
Hold on
let's get-
now.
What?
Let's go, because you're...
No, I don't wanna go.
This is one of the first times we've let you lead the questioning in an episode, and it's been an absolute
has
unmitigated
been an unmitigated disaster.
The questions have been absolutely said in just completely intellectually dishonest, trying to incite hatred.
No, I wasn't trying to incite hatred. We've got Aboriginal listeners. They all gather around one of those rusty little radios.
For what? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Sorry, my hip is.
Oh,
My hips
Your
have to
hip?
my hips have to give out there.
There's been a
Hip-hop.
cruelty leak in your hip.
That's where I keep my cruelty.
You're nasty.
So we'll go back to Steve Irwin,
Right.
Because that affected me, and I was just a little boy in Ireland.
How did it affect you?
Because I love the guy. I love Steve
You
Irwin.
did love Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I loved him, and
Right.
he was.
What was the name of the show that he was on?
Steve Irwin's big fucking hat, whatever. I don't know.
His big hat.
His
Steve Irwin's
I
big
was about
hat.
to say Steve Irwin's big happy animal time or whatever. I don't know what. What was the name of his
Crocodile
fucking dumb
Hunter,
show?
wasn't it?
oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was. Yeah. He was,
Massive fan you were.
Hey, man, I've suppressed that period of my life. It was so painful. So forgive me for not
Did it
remembering
really
the
upset
name.
you?
It really
Yeah.
upset me. I used to love sitting down watching him, and he'd go around and he'd diddle the animals.
But it's
or
kind
whatever.
of like every episode's the same. He's always like, oh.
crikey.
He's
But
always,
that-
he's
but
way
that-
into it. He was fucking the crocodiles.
He was.
for
He
sure.
was. But that routine probably calmed you down at the time.
What?
Just the
Oh,
consistency
calm me
of
down.
the episodes. Yes.
It was. I think
yeah, yeah. Oh, true.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Children
It's
like
the same
repetition.
Thing again.
Yeah, yeah.
You like
yeah.
repetition. You don't like surprises.
the thing is, Steve Irwin died around the time that my parents divorced. I don't know if his death played a role in my parents' divorce.
Okay.
Like my dad was maybe on the Stingray side, and my mother was on Steve Irwin's side. I was like, oh, what
And your
was he?
mother
What
had
was?
moved to Blacktown? Is it?
No, she would not go to Blacktown.
For
She
fuck's
would
sake.
never go to Blacktown. Never in 100 years. But
Like, if you're going to say the things you say, you need a different haircut. Like, you just
why?
need.
What's racist about this?
You couldn't look more racist.
How?
Just everything. You look like one of the Sons of Anarchy. Like, do you know what I mean?
They're not
you look like you have a
racist.
motorcycle and
I wish.
hate in your heart.
Closest thing I have to a motorcycle is one of those little lime scooters. But I took it. You seem ambivalent about the whole thing.
About Steve Irwin dying.
Yeah.
Well, it's a long time ago. I've gotten over it at this stage.
Right.
I've
Well,
moved on. I
so
moved
you were,
on.
You were ambivalent. Much like the shit on my floor. You didn't give a shit
Well, yeah. He.
about
Well,
your
no,
national hero, Steve Irwin, dying.
well, he was loud, and remember, I don't like loud.
Okay.
people. So
All right.
it was just the world got a
That's
little
why you
quieter.
didn't like
and
Blacktown.
I was
Right.
like, Anya,
So
because the stingrays never made a noise. I've never heard that.
That's true. You don't really hear much about loud stingrays.
Yeah, they don't
no,
wake
you don't
up
get
in the
much of them
morning,
on the radio
you know?
or anything.
No.
So Steve Irwin dies. You didn't celebrate it. You didn't. Throw a
No,
party
no,
or anything. Right.
you have to keep that in. That's like
Okay.
Kobe dying. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
So that
and
was
like-
your
like-
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, for sure.
Steve Irwin dying.
Yeah, yeah. I can't be. I would if I voiced. I would have been the Ari Shafir of
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I have, like, as I've gotten older and wiser and gayer, I have seen that.
Fatter. Don't forget
Fatter.
that.
Oh, fuck you. But there's no need for that. But I used to think he was like a hero, but then the more I looked into it, people were like, this fucker was going into sort of habitats, like animals' habitats, and he was like disturbing their natural
Well, he
he was
was-
affecting animals'
He was
well-being.
often saving like sick ones and stuff like that. But I think it was because
Sick
they were
ones?
weaker.
Sick animals.
Yeah, 'cause
the
he would-
animals that have mental health problems.
Yeah, he's like this.
anxiety
This
and-
crocodile's depressed, but he would use it to take
bulimia.
advantage of them because they're easier to catch.
Ah.
depressed
And I think,
animals.
when the cameras were off,
Will there be a crocodile who's just like, well, Stephen Point, everyone's afraid of me.
exactly,
Right.
Nobody
So,
wants to
did you
pet
say
me.
sick ones? What do you mean by sick ones?
like sick.
Oh,
animals.
sick animals. Okay, right.
Speaking of,
I
like,
thought sick one was like a fucking weird turtle-like creature, and
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But I don't know. But this is what I heard, that he was going in and it was just for clicks. Do you know what I mean?
clicks, like
Like views. He just wanted
Of
to
course,
go in
what
and
do
he
you-
was just
Ratings
like,
on his TV show.
well, no,
Yeah.
he did. I think he genuinely did love crocodiles,
right, maybe a bit
and that's
too much.
why. That's what. Yeah, exactly. Way too much.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think he would have done it even if there were no cameras.
Right. He did seem to be like, to give him his due, he was a man who was passionate about what he
Oh,
was
yeah.
doing.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, he was.
Absolutely.
You
Go on.
can't. But you can't beat passion.
Huh?
Also, his son now. I hope his son is an attractive
Boy.
Attractive boy.
Right.
Yeah, and he's trying to
But he's-
follow in his footsteps.
But he is of age.
Do you think that maybe you...
I hope that he doesn't
He
follow.
has
his...
to say that after every time.
I do,
Well, I
because
know.
everyone thinks I'm a fucking nonce. 'cause
No
I
one
like
Yeah,
thinks that.
because of your
Because I-
nonsense ways.
Oh, they do think. I didn't think that.
Because I like nubile men. All right,
What the...
his son is of age. He's of age,
what
Your
do you-
Honor.
When you say nubile, what do you mean?
Young.
He's new and he's full of bile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Simone Biles.
But so do you think then, because, like, do you have any intentions to romance the crocodile hunter's son?
I mean, if I was to cross paths with him,
If you put on a crocodile outfit,
I'm gonna put on a stingray outfit and be like, "Ooh, look, yeah,
Oh.
I'm the guy who
So
I'm the guy who killed your father."
Yeah.
And how do you reckon that's going to seduce him?
yeah.
No, because then I'll be like,
gonna
that's
sting
how I
him.
lure him in.
Mm.
I approach him and I'm like, I'm the guy who stung your father, and he's like, oh fuck you, and then he'll like try and attack me,
And then you're like,
and
"Oh,
then
fuck
in
you."
That skirmish.
in that skirmish,
love will be found.
Love will be found. Yes.
Ah,
yeah,
within a skirmish.
yeah,
People
Yeah.
don't talk about that enough as couples that meet during
Skirmish
Yeah.
skirmish shepherd.
Skirmish shepherd.
Yeah, there we go now.
That's a stretch,
Hey
but
now,
we'll go for it.
That could be
a big
the
stretch.
name of the episode.
Listen, my hip is sore.
Okay, so tell me. Okay, so Steve Irwin, you didn't care. And do you think that there's is there an emotional kind of lacking in you? Do you think? Are you an emotional guy?
Yeah, I can be
You've
emotional.
got
Yeah.
a temper. This guy's got a temper.
Oh,
you?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
can.
You can get mad.
Yeah, I can
Big
get mad.
temper.
Yeah.
What would make what would kind of incite violence from you?
Well, I'm not very violent, but I'll get in someone's face and I'll point in their face
Oh,
and yell.
oh, I can feel that now as
Yeah.
you did it.
Yeah.
That wasn't your first time to do that.
No, I did
That
that
was-
to a sound guy recently.
A sound guy,
He kept playing sound effects during my jokes on stage.
like
Yeah, yeah.
really?
Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
No.
And I said, if you play another sound effect, I'm going to walk off this fucking stage. And then he stopped, and I got through my set. And then after he wouldn't apologize. He kept going like, I was trying to help, I was trying to bring more energy, because everyone had just bombed the whole night.
Right.
And he's like, and I'm like, well, that's not what happens when you do that. It just ruins the fucking timing. And he's like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And then I got in his face, and I was like, you fucking play sound effects during my jokes, you piece of shit. Now
Like,
just,
did you play like what? Like during your big Blacktown routine, or
yeah, my Blacktown routine. Yeah, it was, and you need like the timing's important.
The
for that
timing
one,
is
otherwise-
important.
it's gonna come across really badly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but what was he playing? Like, was it like?
I wasn't there, but
No, the first one I don't know what it
Mm.
was, and then
Right.
I said, "Yeah, you ruined the timing, whatever. When you do that, stop doing that." And then I finished my joke, and it got nothing.
Yeah.
And then he did the wah 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 sound
Oh,
effect, and that's when I
wow.
said, "If you fucking play another sound effect, I'm walking off the stage."
and then he goes,
Whoa.
wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
He just keeps doing.
Oh,
sound
if he kept
effects.
doing it, I would have just dropped the mic and like it was not a gig worth doing.
Yeah.
Going through that for it was.
Do you think that this guy, you know, do you think there was maybe he had some stuff going on himself though, you know, in his own life, or?
I'm sure he did. I'm
Right.
sure everyone does, but that's I don't.
But
take
don't
that
take it
into
out
account.
through sound effects.
That's no excuse.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Right.
That's his love
And I
language.
have stuff going on, which is why I took it out on him.
Mm.
Ah.
But Hamish
I-
is always getting in fights on the fucking overground, and
Do you get in fights?
No, not fights. I mean, I'll tell
you're
people.
you'll tell people to get fucked.
Will you?
Quite frequently.
Really? I like that. I like someone
Sometimes
who.
I forget.
Get fucked, cunt. Just some woman.
Do you
would
say
be
that to
sta-
people?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
fucked, cunt. That's not like.
I'll say fuck
Polite.
off. I think. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not,
Yeah.
no, I definitely will do that for sure. Yeah.
I like a person who'll just get in amongst it in public.
Well, you're a
Yeah.
bit like that as well.
Huh?
You're a bit like that as well.
I'll throw the cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah,
you will. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I will, and just be like, "How would you fuck off? Will you?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll throw.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
yeah.
throw that off people.
And then you.
What
I
you
like
say?
seeing the reaction, and then they're like,
If someone's standing at the door in the way, or someone won't move down the carriage,
yeah.
or someone is having a miscarriage, Hamish will
Yeah.
just fucking. He'll be like, "Yeah, fucking can't get the
Yeah.
fucking get out of here, you fucking
Get
can't."
you and your dead baby off the
Get you and
train.
your fucking dead
I'll
baby.
be like, you move down the fucking train. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably making it. Yeah, I'm probably am a bit harsher than the way I'm remembering. It's hard for me to reenact it without being actually angry.
Right.
I have
'Cause
to.
it
I have
gets
to
you
feel
back
the-
Gets
there.
you, it brings you back.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to,
It brings you back to that place.
You gotta give me a nipple cripple or something, and I'll
Right. Okay. Right.
Get,
Don't ask. You don't have to ask me twice. But
You're the kind of guy. If I was to like give you a wet willy, you would not take it well.
no, I'd probably take the first one, okay.
Right.
And then if you kept
Right.
doing it,
Kept wet willying.
yeah,
you.
the first
Yeah.
one would be like, that's
Relentlessly.
classic. If you did
Yeah.
it once
But do you think that it could become funny again by just the repetition?
to
By
other
just-
people, but I would be getting madder.
Ah,
but it
right.
would be me being angry. That
and I
it's
play
Yeah.
sound
funny.
effects while it was
Yeah.
while it was happening. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Do you ever think there's been a nipple cripple?
I always get
was-
sad when he
he-
starts an N word. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's like a nipple.
Yeah.
Nipple.
Are you thinking? I think I'm thinking. What you're so you're thinking of someone who's in a wheelchair and has like 6 nipples. And
Well, I was
got
going
a
to say that
nipple
his
cripple.
nipples just don't work. So
What?
he's just a nipple cripple.
Oh, I thought you were like.
No,
a
it's just a
man-
guy and his nipples just don't work.
how do
Right.
how do men's nipples work?
Yeah.
That's
But also you
you're
wouldn't
gonna have
call
to pay me to get that
like,
information.
But also a lack of a nipple, you wouldn't say I'm crippled by a lack of nipple. Do you know what I mean?
true.
Like a nipple cripple, I think, would be someone who's crippled and has way too many nipples.
Well, that
and
would
then
be
you'd say,
a-
"Oh, that's a nipple cripple."
He's crippled because of how many nipples.
That's
he has.
right.
Yeah.
He's in it, like he's weighed down by
the amount of nipples
right.
that
he's
he has.
crippled by the nipples. Like
Yeah.
He's wheelchair bound from
For
excessive.
having so many.
Yeah, like his spine
excess
is
nipples.
fine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but his nipples are not. Yeah.
He's got nipples for eyes.
Right.
Nipples for toes.
Yeah.
This could
nipples.
be the next erotic film.
Yeah.
Nipple cripple. Yeah. Fuck. He's just one big nipple.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you do to a big nipple?
Suck it.
Suck it, baby. What else are you
Yeah.
gonna do with a nipple?
I look at life as one big nipple.
Nipple,
that I'm
yeah.
going suck.
You gotta flick it, and I like a little bit of nipple.
Huh?
Who
You ever-
doesn't?
you ever play with your
Anyone who
nipples a little
doesn't is
bit?
lying.
Or like your own nipple. It's really lovely.
But in
stuff.
sexual, like in a sexual way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait.
What did you think we meant? Like in
In a self-soothing.
academic way.
Oh,
If I'm-
self-soothing.
If I'm at a gig and I'm down, if I'm saying I'm doing Top Secret or something, and I'm getting a bit nervous, I'll play with my nipples to calm myself
you're not
down.
gonna get booked
You guys
again
don't
after
do
that.
that? No. Well, neither do I. I was just joking.
Wait,
But
you calm yourself down by rubbing your nipples.
well, yeah, I'll do it. Or if there's a willing participant nearby, I'll ask them.
if there's a nubile nearby.
If there's a nubile young boy,
nubile nipple nearby.
yeah,
Right.
I'll get them to play with it a little bit.
And you get.
Oh, I thought you played with them. Okay.
No, they'll play with my nipples to,
Oh.
to calm me down. Yeah.
You can't even get yourself as much as a day, let alone someone rubbing your nipples to
That's
calm you
true.
down at the comedy
Hamish
club.
is a very good wingman. I was supposed to fuck this young black boy, and I didn't need to say his race.
He did it.
But I mean, it just helps with the
Bleep
whole
it out.
Blacktown thing. I need to state that I'm willing to have sex with racial minorities.
Yeah, for sure. It helps.
For the sake of my career. And my bed sheets were dirty or something, were they?
Oh yes, yeah,
And Hamish
dirty.
very graciously and generously gave me bed sheets.
And he hasn't changed them since.
I haven't changed them since.
Well, so you don't want to shoot a gift horse in the mouth. You don't want to say,
You
hey,
don't want to bite that.
as a token of respect, you gave him the sheets and he's saying, I shall sleep on these forever.
Yes.
As a
The
tip of the
token
cap
of
to
my
your kindness.
appreciation.
Yes,
And I
of
appreciate every
course.
time I see it, I'm like,
How
I
long
appreciate
ago
it.
was this?
Christmas?
Was it Christmas?
I think it was Christmas. This was Christmas present to me.
yeah.
Right.
I also gave him some shoes because
Yeah,
he
oh,
was
he did
wearing
give me shoes,
He was
yeah.
wearing plastic bags around his feet.
I was wearing plastic bags for shoes.
When was this?
Well,
When he
my
was
shoes
walking
had
dogs.
holes in them,
All right, yeah.
and my feet were getting wet. So what I was doing was I was putting my feet in plastic bags and then putting my foot into the shoes so that my feet
Yeah.
wouldn't get wet.
Yeah.
Ah.
What I want people to
I'm
know
not,
is there-
I'm not just a pretty face.
yeah, there's no reason to be as poor as Chief is. Like, there's actually no reason. Like, it's acting like you'll do. Oh, is this comedians or people? No, I've been a comedian for a long time. It doesn't. You never have to be this poor. You just get a job that makes you a bit of money and you're fine. He just wants to shit in his room, have plastic on his feet.
No,
he loves it.
no,
Steal
no.
from Sainsbury's.
No.
He's absolutely. He has money now. He's getting some money. He's on the dole. He's still stealing every day.
Oh well, no, I'm not on the dole. That's
Are you not?
no, I am on the dole, but I'm allowed to be on the dole. I'm looking for a job. I got my CSCS card and I'm doing my exams.
Did
and
you
I'm
pass?
with flying colours? But anyway, but yeah, no, I things are going well. But it's a cost of living crisis, So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm convinced.
Well, I'm not.
No, you're not. Right. Okay.
Bloody
Well, listen,
Chief.
yeah,
You've,
sign
you,
up-
you, have, you have people concerned all over the continent of Europe
Well, they
about
need
your
to
well-being.
They need to sign up to the Patreon, so
Huh?
they need to sign up to the Patreon.
Yeah, we'll get Chief a new pair of plastic bags.
Speaking of
if
which,
you-
we should probably go to the Patreon.
Why? What time is it?
48 minutes.
No, it's not.
It is. Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Oh fuck!
We can
Oh,
cut
Jesus.
out the Blacktown.
We can cut out the Blacktown, bring it down to like 20 minutes.
It
Yeah.
did really fly. Yeah, we may have to cut out some stuff.
Yeah.
Lads, go on to the Patreon. We'll continue to chat there. We have loads
Yeah.
of stories. I was in Belfast. I
Woo!
was in Dublin. I
Woo!
was. I slow danced with an old Asian woman. There's a lot going on, and you'll see it on the Patreon. Do you want to plug anything? Your page, or anything?
Ham stand up.
Yeah, Ham Stand Up on Instagram.
Nice.
And I host every Friday at South Kensington Comedy Club.
That's wonderful.
Great
Yeah.
show.
Go by.
Come
Hamish
down to
is
that.
a great host.
You might see me there.
Of comedy and disease.
Yeah.
Um,
you might see me. You might see. acts?
Yeah.
Any other good solid
Um,
acts there? You might
Daughter, great granddaughter of
see. Yeah, Will Hit. You might see with the
Valdez.
Hitman,
Yeah,
Valdez
the Hitman.
Gross.
The Hitman. All right. We'll see you there. We love you. Patreon, sign up to continue
Patreon.
listening. All right. Bye.
For the love of God.